Hello everyone, welcome back to Motion RC Live. I'm James, joined by Alex behind the camera. It is 12 p.m. Eastern on October the 28th, 2025, 3 days out from Halloween, and we're here with another new product. I'm excited about this one. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the website, we added a whole range, or if you're on our email, of products from Double Eagle. I spoke about it in the last live show I did when I unboxed those big Scanias. I'm still waiting to get those out because I'm waiting for the trailer. The trailer's coming from Double Eagle, that's in, but Double Eagle, these products are on the more expensive tier, but they are mostly all, from what I can tell, all full metal products from trailers. They got trucks, construction vehicles. So today we actually have, it's an expensive excavator, but it is the lowest tier of excavator they sell. I'm going to be getting the other ones in, so I can't wait to unbox the hydraulic one. So this is the only non-hydraulic excavator they got, but it is still 25 pounds of full metal goodness. I'm really excited to unbox this and check it out. I did take it out real quick. I took the battery out and charged the battery up before the live show. I did that last night, but then I didn't pull anything out. So we're going to go through it here today. I'm pretty excited about it. I love the construction vehicles. The only other excavator I got was the WL model one we used to carry. We don't carry that anymore. I never got a Huina one, which would be a step down from this, I guess. So this is going to be the most, expensive, the most, feature-packed excavator that I've ever gotten a chance to play with. So I'm pretty stoked about that to get into this. But let's welcome some people in the chat. I see my boss Bill there. What's going on, Bill? Mike Bird, Vic. What's going on, Vic? John Potts. How you guys doing? Hope you are enjoying yourselves. Hope you got good plans for Halloween, which is Friday. And since this Friday is the last Friday of the month, we will be live with Wes for our regular live show where we spin the wheel. That'll be next Friday. I think November the 7th is going to be that one. But also coming up, I believe Thursday, Wes is actually going to go live, and he's got a fresh, one of the fresh A10s, the new 64 millimeter A10s, and I think he's going to do an unboxing of that as well, because he already did. There's an assembly video out there, but it's always nice to be able to talk to the customers and go over any, sort of questions you guys might have. What's up, R.Y. Young? How you doing, man? How's everything? So let's get into it. Like I said, I already cut this box open, but what I liked about it right away, with some of these more premium models, you do get a nice carry case. So it is, again, it's 25 pounds. So I'm going to pull it off to the side here and let the box drop. Bang. Woo! So now, it's a nice foam box, nice hefty duty straps all screwed in, which I'll show you in a sec. But then the box, on the box, they give you a little arrow that points the direction it should be facing when you open it. And you got 4 nice clips. I love the carry case on this. Great for storage, transport, all that goodness. But check this out. Like, I can't wait to see, one of the even higher end models from this. But this exciting brand that I'm pretty stoked about. So I'm going to pop this open and check that. Yeah, right. I mean, foam planes would be hard to put in a box like that, but it would be cool. But check that out. I mean, you shouldn't be nervous about any damage or anything in a box like this. I mean, this is thick, hard foam, high-end foam, I guess you'd say, more so than what, a plane or anything else gets put in. But all around, absolutely gorgeous. And just off the bat, let me grab a piece of metal. Let me grab a screwdriver and I'll just tap it so you guys can hear that we are all metal. Absolutely beautiful. And just off the bat, I'm seeing the transmitter tucked away nicely with some foam protecting the switches, which is good. Your battery is right here. That's the only thing I pulled out. I charged it, put it back in. I just like to have a full battery just in case, because it is a lithium-ion battery. But all around, really, really beautiful. Oh, Vic, you got 4 flights on the Aries this weekend. You stink at it. Were you able to get it in 3D though? I still have yet to play with that. I've never 3D'd a jet, but it seems like that's the one to begin on. It looks like a trip. Oh yeah, Mike, some sad crashes. Wesley was at a show about 3.5 hours south of me uh, last weekend or the weekend prior. And yeah, he was there. I mean, they were doing combat and all sorts of stuff. So it wasn't necessarily a sad crash. I think they were all trying to crash. It was a combat event. You know, when you go to a RC show with planes, you always tend to get people, people will bring planes for the purpose of, trying to fly around and crash. But it's easier said than done. I feel like when you're trying to crash, you never do. When you're trying to hit someone in the air. So the battery again, 3,000 milliamp lithium ion. 2S, I guess we'd say. And then let's get this out. So what else I'm going to take everything out before I pull the big guy out. So there's the foam that was protecting. I like the way this transmitter looks. Check that out. Thin, but really nice. Comes with a stand on it. Dig that. Something a little different. What kind of batteries are we in for? I'm gonna have to figure out how to open that. There is a flip down there. We might have to, this might be the first time I'm gonna have to open the manual, figure out, or it just charges. Oh, tell me it charges up on its own. That might be something I missed. Might have an internal battery.
What's that bad boy around?
Oh, sorry. But check that out. There you go. Listen, a lot of dials. We can go through. These are all push buttons that lock. So that's kind of cool. Got our switches. 4 switches at the top. We've got momentary dials on the top, so like they won't hold the position. They'll come back to center. So spring loaded, and then your trim buttons. We got full range on both sides. Ooh, I'm excited. Let's see, does it have a charge? Okay, I think it's internal battery charge, because I see it has a charger down there. I wish I would have known that. I would have taken this out and charged, but it looks like we got enough charge to get going. To be able to do what we got to do, I'll plug it in here on the table. What else can I take out? We've got, looks like, all right, these are our charge cables. So the charger, going to be your basic USB for the battery. That's going to plug into the balance tap, and then you plug that into USB. That'll have green lights and red lights on it. Red, it'll flash red when it's charging, and then it'll go green when it's done. Just plug that into a USB, and then this is a USB-C, like your latest Android phones, the newer USB-Cs. So then we charge that up. That'll charge the transmitter with the internal battery. I kind of dig that, actually. Better than putzing around with AA. So it is a full, so in that respect, then it is a full ready to run, because even a lot of ready to runs, most ready to runs, you still have to supply your own AA batteries for the transmitter. I'm going to pull out looks like the manual. Let's get that out there. They fold that up and pushed it behind. We'll go through that in a sec. And then is there anything else? Just seeing if there's anything else. It looks like we are good to go to pull this bad boy out. But all metal tracks. And again, 25 pounds. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to face it towards me. Sorry guys. I'm not gonna be able to pull that out. Whoa. There we go. It's nice and snug. Wow. You hear that thing hit the ground? So that is, we can push this to the side. But love that case. But, oh man, look at that.
Hear it.
Beautiful. And this is the only non-hydraulic one, so I can only imagine what the hydraulic one will be. But we got some nice magnets. Oh, wow, all brass hinges. You know, again, fully metal. Absolutely beautiful. I'll show you in there. So that closes like that with a magnet hatch. And I will hold it. So you're going to see there's a motor in there. Nima, these are nice. I got so many of these machines in general. I'm shocked to see that the Electrovers worked as well. It could be upgraded. This can be upgraded to hydraulic later. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know. We will see it move some dirt. I should have put a. No, I don't want to bring dirt into the studio though. That would be dirty. But that's the tease. Looking again, all metal treads. Reminds me of, like, you know, one of the more deluxe RC tanks we got. But that is full metal. Really nice. And then we got some other doors here. Oh, look at that. Check this out. Oh, is there a door on this side? Boop. Oh, look at that. Full access inside. There's more doors on the other side. I'll spin that around a second. Got a rear view mirror there that we can spin around. Again, all metal. I'm not seeing anything that's plastic. That's awesome. And again, fully licensed by Volvo. So a lot of what they make is Volvo. I know they have a license with Mercedes as well. I don't think we have any of their Mercedes products yet, but I'm sure that will change. Coming to this side, we got two doors here. Nice. And then I think, does that door open too? I see, wherever I see a hinge, or is that for, yeah, that door's gonna open. I think that opens. Or is that for this side? Oh, that's for this side. Whoops.
Looks like the cab door opens, yeah.
Gotta figure out how to open it though. Oh, there we go. Gotta get your finger under there. There it is. That's the hinge for that side. Super cool. So it's got the on and off switch here after we plug it in. I'll just figure out where to, I guess this is going to be how I get my battery in on this side. So the battery's going to go on the first door I showed you because the plug is in here. But the battery length, that seems to be the only place it's going to fit nicely. It's going to go right in that way, which is cool. Any other doors or anything that we need? I see some like thumb screws that are, actually I could twist those, but also with a flathead on them. So there's 4. So I assume if you want this entire back section, you could take this entire back section off with the Volvo using these screws. I think we're going to plug it in first before I mess with that, but I'll do that in a little bit. Might as well. We are here live. You think you'd have more fun with this, Mike? Yeah, I mean, I will say, I have the other Excavator. My son does love sometimes. He'll ask me just to go out with it. We got enough dirt in the back, you know. Playing with the Excavator is fun because it's like there's like a dance to it, you know. How many different types of machines are there with Double Eagle? They've got they got 3 different types of excavators. So this is the lowest tier they got. This is the only one non-hydraulic. Then they've got a 1 and a 2. I'm forgetting exactly what the names are. Let me just see real quick. They've got a mono boom and a 2-piece boom excavator, and those prices go up for those. So I'm hoping to get one of those to really see the difference. But when you're working with hydraulics, it's going to be awesome. They've got articulated dump trucks. They've got, you know, regular-ish dump trucks, I'd say, non-construction. I don't know how to describe the difference, but you got the regular, you got the Volvo type dump trucks that you'd see, you know, bringing sand to your house, but then they got the big yellow dump trucks that you'd see more on a, you know, on a big work site. I don't know, you know, my dump truck knowledge is very limited. But let's get this plugged in. let's at least get it plugged in. I'm gonna fit the battery. So the battery, again, we'll close all the doors. Nice details in the cab as well. But that, so now I don't know if I could twist the battery enough to get it to go in there. Or do I just go in this way? I guess I can just go in that way. Not the worst thing. I don't want it sitting on the battery. Maybe, you know what? I think I'm going to take the back off first. I want to get the battery seated in there nicely. So you might need it might be better to have a little shorter, fatter pack. Let me get a.
I'm waiting for build post.
Well, you can't turn you can't turn the battery. Yeah, I'm gonna use a.
He said, "Look at the manual." Yeah.
Look at the manual.
That's what he said. When all else fails.
Yeah, when all else fails, yeah, but I don't
Or
like to look at the manual.
Out.
Start taking it apart immediately. Why look at the? Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Go to Live and take a look at the link posted. Oh, thanks, Mike. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, no. Nothing about battery placement. Oh yeah, battery removal. Open door. So open door to unplug the battery. So detach the back first. So that's what we're gonna do. Detach the back first, get the battery installed. But then the beauty is, since there's an on and off switch, you can charge the battery from this door. Like once you get the battery in, then you never really have to take it out. So let's see. 1, 2, and now I'm gonna bring it off to here. I'm gonna go down. Let's take all 4 off, and then we'll get a nice view inside of it anyway. Looks really cool. Again, you can do it with your thumb if you want, fingers, but let's see. All right, now we're going to the manual. Remove the screws from the top. Remove screws from the bottom. All right, might just be on there snug. We're rocking. Is there a latch? Let's see. You know what? I'm going to open the door. What if I push from the inside? There it is. Look at that. Yep. It was just on the... Oh, man. That's a heavy piece of metal. Alex, just grab that. Just grab that. That's like a solid piece of metal.
Yeah.
That's like at least 2 pounds itself, just the back part. Wow. I love that.
Oh, that's a cool video.
Take a look in the back. So now our battery can go in there perfectly. We can get it plugged in, so on and so forth, and it's just four little screws to get it back in there. So that is pretty darn awesome. You could really hurt somebody with that. Anyone tries to mess with you at the park with your excavator, you are built-in weapons here. All right, let's plug that in. Oh, I'm going to shut the switch off. All right, so we're plugged in. And again, then you can just charge like this through the door on the side when you're ready. All right, so we got that going. Gonna pop this back on. There we go. Get these started with our thumb, and then we'll finish them off with the screwdriver. But all around super neat. Yeah, you could easily put bigger battery in there, 2 batteries. Knowing this type of stuff though, like even with the tanks, like, you know, right away you want to get to another battery, but you know, I'm assuming with this you'll at least get a half hour, if not more. You know, I don't think I've ever actually ran a tank down to drain the battery fully, like and that's with the batteries that come. Same with like the boats, you know, even if they can fit a bigger battery, it's like, how long do you really think you're gonna, you know, be out there? So so Bill said a 5,000 milliamp pack, you get almost an hour.
Wow.
You know, an hour of excavating on this, that would be a hell of a session.
You're in the union after that.
But it's, you know, it's incredible. The niche, if you ever look around, there's some YouTube channels that just post, you know, construction. You won't believe the views and the, you know, there is a whole world out there, guys obsessed with their RC construction sites. I've seen some cool, I'm in a couple groups. I saw like a guy, he's like, if you ever see, you know, hard to explain, but like I have my brother-in-law, you go down his house, he has a basement, it's unfinished, but you know, it's all concrete. But then there's like a part of his basement where he opens it up and it's like into a crawl space under, you know, the other side of his house. But like he could access, like his cats go in there. But like the guy had that and he turned that into his crawl space. Like he just lit it up because it's all dirt there anyway. And he made that a whole like construction site for his construction vehicle. It was like, wow, what a cool inventive way to do that. All right, so now I'm going to turn on the transmitter, and let's see what happens when we flip the switch. I saw a light, something lit up. Whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, and you could tell like already that there's.
This is serious business.
This is serious business. Is it full 360? It is full 360. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And it's quiet. Like, look at the light. I gotta see what all the switches do. Wow. And then it's like trying to work everything like, you know, it's like a pilot. You know, when you're an RC pilot, you're trying to, you know, work all the controls in unison. So when you can get everything, I got to figure it out, but when you can get everything moving, like in one go to make it not seem so, all right, arm, one. Like if you ever see a professional, you know, excavator, the guys are trying to get as much time, you know, save as much time with every movement. In there. Can it lift itself up? I always love, oh, I love that. All right, so right now, all the controls here are, oh, look at that. So the top, so all the sticks, from just, again, I'm doing this. I didn't read the manual before. I like to figure it out as I go. So all the sticks just control the cab and the movement on the boom. That's it. So you've got left and right, up and down on middle arm, then up and down is full movement on the big arm, and then the bucket is right and left. So for plane guys, rudder is the bucket, elevator is the big arm, throttle is the smaller arm, and or I'm sorry, rudder is the ailerons is the bucket, rudder is the movement, is yawing the entire cab. Then the momentary switches here, each do one track at a time. So if you want to go straight, both of them together, back, both of them together. So in goes forward, out goes back. In, and then you could go one. So what if I opposite them? Oh, wow. That is so cool. That is so cool. Now we've got all these switches. I got to read what the switches do. I mean, I guess it can't really, is it just going to run off the table? I doubt it.
Yes,
So should we just push the switches? SE? I'm going to have to, we have to read about the switches. Let's read about the switches and find out what they do. But let's actually run through the features. Take us to the web page Alex. So again, this is 25 pounds. And as you, as we peruse down, go down to the features list. Let's see, so heavy metal, there we go, yep, 25-pound model, impressive performance, officially licensed, metal tracks, detailed cab, LED lights are there, there's the features at the bottom. So RTR, officially licensed, robust metal, which we can see, 10-channel, 2 points, a 2.4 gigahertz radio, generous boom and arm extension, 360-degree rotation of the house, sturdy carrying case, we saw that, the rechargeable battery, and the metal track system. Sweet. So let's, where's my transmitter page? Where's my transmitter page? Wow, this is really awesome. Okay. Oh, okay, so we got forearm reverse, swing reverse. Okay, so that's the forearm, I would guess. The forearm, that makes sense. So a lot of these switches, so let's see. So forearm reverse. So what did I say? The forearm, so that's the forearm. Ah, okay. So if you want to change the controls, so the forearm, if I go up, it goes up. If I go down, it goes down. If you want to reverse that, the first switch, you just push that in, leave it in. Now it's reversed. Now down is up is down. So that's cool. This is the swing reverse. So now if you want to push left to make it swing right, that's, you know, if that's the way you go, I'll leave that one off. Bucket reverse is the SWG, so it's SWEFGHIJ. SWG will reverse the bucket. SWH will reverse the big arm, so that's big arm. And then, oh, okay, and then these ones will reverse will switch the direction of the tracks. So if you want to reverse things and really cater it to yourself, that's what these 6 buttons will do on their own. Okay, let's see, what are my switches at the top? Oh, that's another reserved switch. So channel 10 is a reserved switch. Oh, there's my lights. Bang. So that's our light switch. So it looks like we got 2 in the front.
Perfectly blocking it.
Oh, perfectly blocking it. There we go. So I'll be right behind it. Alex is switching over. But lights off and on with the top switch. Nice.
Good looking light.
Yeah, bright, and then one on the back of the cab. But they're all right there on the cab, none on the boom or anything. Not that there would be. So now it just says channel 9, channel 8, and channel 7. It doesn't really say anything for these. So I don't see anything happening there. I don't see anything happening there. Anything happening there? Nope. And that's pretty much it. And then you've got, yeah, I mean, the trim buttons will just fine-tune your movements. So your normal trim buttons there. And then the knobs, left 3-speed switch adjustment knob. So there are 3 big knobs at the bottom. And I believe that's for, let's see. What if I lower that? Alright, that's super fast, I believe. And then if I lower the knob, yeah, that's slower. So when you go full throttle, so the knob, one of the knobs on the bottom, the VRC knob, that's your track speed adjustment. So all the way down, that's as fast as it'll go at max throttle. And then when you go up, that's as fast as it'll go at max throttle. Well, you can hear how heavy it is, right? Can't you just like, man, unbelievable. I'm so excited about this. And that's it. So, and I guess, so it doesn't have sound, which I guess is kind of better. You don't need to be messing around with the sound if you're if you're really digging, you know, this thing is going to dig. You could probably excavate a small, like, if you got to build your kids a swing set or something, pull this bad boy out. You're actually going to be moving some dirt. But all around, I'm really impressed. Let's see the full range of motion. So that's as high as the big arm goes. That's as high as that goes. That's as far as the boom goes itself.
I think it's got enough
pretty darn
to push
tall.
the wheel.
To push the wheel? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Like to push down on it.
Oh, I would think so. Would it go fast enough? Oh, that's the other, there's another knob. Let me see. So I think, nope, that one doesn't change that. So maybe the knob, let's see, let me lower this. Okay, the knobs don't change that either. The left 3-speed switch adjustment knob. Don't know what that means, but I guess we'll find out. And then the other knob just says channel 11, so I don't think it does anything. So there's open channels on the transmitter in there if you want to add extra things. And I assume some of that, because I assume it's going to have a lot of the same system as the mono boom and the 2-piece boom would, and I assume they're using probably some more channels that this one doesn't have. But I just love the, you know, seems pretty strong. I mean, the fact that it can lift itself up, because all the weight is here. Like when you take it out of the box, you could feel it, you know, all the weight was on one side of the case because the boom was the other way. And the fact that it can, you know, it can lift itself up is pretty darn awesome. I saw that in one of the videos. All around really impressive. So then you can come in, you can really manipulate it all, pick up your dirt, get it up, drop it on a friend. Halloween's coming up. I should outside handing candy to kids with it.
Like, put on a hard hat. You're good to go. You need Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder. But all around, super neat and super impressive. I'm going to be excited to take this out. We're going to build ourselves a little, once I get most of them in, we're going to, you know, try to film them all together and, you know, really move some dirt with it and then work with the dump trucks and, you know, do all those things. And, okay, so sound is optional. Obviously, you have a lot of open channels on the transmitter. The only switch at the top being used is the SWK switch, and that's for your lights. The other switches, you have 2 3-position switches and an extra 2-position switch available to you. And then you do have some extra channels for a dial. So I assume you put a sound system in there. You could probably have it on the dial for volume, which would be great, and you know, be able to turn it on and off with another switch. And then I would assume you probably get different options for the bucket, right, Bill? Like I believe there's like a claw. There's all sorts of, you know, not every excavator just uses the bucket, but really cool. And just even the detail like on the teeth, like of the bucket. Like I know like in real life these would be replaced over time, and these look like, yeah, they can be replaced, which is awesome because you're gonna, you know, like
longer ones for deeper dirt.
Probably all different options. Yeah, they're 5 screwed in there nicely. So there's options. There's obviously customizations to be had, but the licensing looks good. You don't have to do anything as far as decals. The paint is great. I mean, that's not even paint. That's like the anodized claw, hammer. Yep, we got all those accessories. They weren't really hard, but that's what they, you know, they dip all the metal pieces into, you know, it's like some form of electrolysis binds the paint to the metal, so makes it a little more resistant. It'll stay on there longer. They did that on some of the other products we had recently. But all around, really impressive unit. That is, you know, talk about a unit. That thing just is a unit on its own. So is there any other questions, guys? Bill's been helping you out. Thank you so much, Bill, for helping out. Jameson, I'd love to spin the wheel, but not today, my friend. Week from Friday, we shall spin the wheel. Anybody got any interesting Halloween costumes coming up? I'm not getting dressed up, but I'm going to take my kids out for Halloween. Oh, I might be Bob the Builder. I ain't carrying this thing around. 25. Drive it out. I could probably stand on it and drive it around.
Open buckets that they leave out, you send it in, grab the candy, get out.
But this is the whole, I'll put the whole system, everything you get in one shot. So we just get the 2 charge cables, transmitter, which comes with its own internal battery to charge up. The excavator comes out on its own, and then you get the sweet carrying case to put it all away. So, you know, and obviously a manual to help you out. But this is absolutely gorgeous. And as I said, this is the lower end excavator that we carry. They might have I believe they have an even lower end. I don't know if we're carrying it yet, but I think I saw on their main website from Double Eagle that they do have like more toy versions, but then it's a big step down from this. So as far as like the professional editions, this is the lower end one. And then if you want to go over to the Monoboom page, if you're showing them the page, do Double Eagle. And then it's the new website. So look on the left there, see categories, Alex? Double E, yeah, that'll take you to the full line. That's new addition to the search page. And guys, I know we had the new website changeover. Been seeing a lot of people like, just bear with us, guys. We're working it out. We're going through. You know, it was always expected we'd have some kinks, but our new website, it's so much faster, and it's going to help both you guys and our back end. You know, from a back end department, our website was getting a little old. You know, as softwares change with everything, it just needed to be done. So, really dig the new system and some of the options it has. But so this was the that's the one we have on the table here, and then we have the Monoboom, and then click on that one. So this is the Double Boom 14th scale metal hydraulic. Like I can only imagine what this one is going to feel like or be like. You know, I'd love to be able to compare the differences. The cab looks the same, but it's really the performance is probably going to be unbelievably different. And look at the range. Look at the range of motion on the 2-piece boom, the flexibility of the operation. Like that's awesome. So now you not only have a form, you have an extra knuckle. So that's pretty cool. Now I get it. This was like one thing. Now seeing this one, now I really get what that means. You see that extra arm, how it can bend? There's a third arm on the boom. So you got the forearm, what was the big arm, and then there's a smaller arm coming off the cab. See it out? That's one. Yep, one, then two, then three. Oh wow, that's where you can get the extra manipulation. That's where all those extra channels are going to are going to feature. So that'll be exciting to eventually see as well. And then also I'm going to be getting in their cab, if you want to go back. So that flatbed lowboy trailer is on its way, so I can do those other 2 big trucks that we have. And they have their own. So what I'm excited for, yeah, there it is. That's what I'm stoked for, because we're going to be able to pull it. I mean, that thing is all metal, and that's going to go well with not only the now I'm forgetting the Cabalite 14th scale trucks, the Scanias here that I unboxed. So like, I'll take one out. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I've been waiting because I can't make this video without having a trailer. So this is the Cabalite 14th scale. So that Double Eagle lowboy is going to pairs with this. But then if you go there, Alex, you could see on the web page, we've got the Volvo. See it down there, the Volvo FMX 14th. So to the left, 2 over. The semi-truck, yeah, that's their own. We're going to get one of these in too. So again, officially licensed, same size as this one, but this is, another 6x6 that's going to pair well and, take your construction equipment to the work site, tow your planes, whatever you want. But I'll be excited to see this one as well. So at some point, I might be getting that. But just look at that detail. I can't wait to see that detail, which I think is a step up from what the Cabalites even have, from what I'm seeing. I mean, Double Eagle definitely looks like it's a brand that, no joke, if they're getting an official license, they are going to make it as official as it possibly can in that size. So it's always a pleasure to see stuff like this in person and, make videos for it. But all around, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live show. If you have any other questions, I'll hang around for another minute, but I asked that before. I didn't see any come in. So that'll do it for us here today, then, I guess. And as I said, stay tuned to the channel on Thursday, I believe. Wesley will be live. He'll be doing an unbox and just, answering questions with the new 64mm A10, which came out a few weeks ago. But he has another freshie in the box, so he's going to do a little unboxing with that. And hopefully on Friday, I might have one of these. I got some of those Cool Bank tanks, if you saw on Friday. Actually, I can grab one. I was in the process of taking one out of the box just to take a peek at it, because we got to make these videos. But I can show you that while I'm here, because I got a little bit of time, a little tease. But if you saw, we added a 6th brand of tank to our RC lineup, and I'm excited because I like when the new, not necessarily the brand isn't new, it's new for us, is how I should best say it. But Cool Bank tanks, but they slot in at the lower end pricing wise and features wise from Henlong and Tongde. So right now, Henlong and Tongde would be the most cost effective RC tanks you can get. And obviously there are a couple different versions of each tank. So they'll have a lower price version and then they'll have a professional version. But then Toro would be that mid-range, and then your Tamiyas and your Matos are the high end, comparable to like a Double Eagle here in that type. But then a Cool Bank is going to slot in even below, because they do basically everything that the other tank brands do, except they remove the IR gun game that all the other tanks have, and they remove the ability to shoot airsoft BBs. I know for a lot of guys, and we get a lot of guys are buying tanks just for the scale detail of them, just as models. They want to customize them. They don't really care if they can shoot other tanks with infrared sensitivity or if they can shoot airsoft BBs. But that was able to keep the price down. But check this out. So this is one of the Stewart light tanks. It's like, but again, 16th scale, and absolutely awesome when you compare it to, let me grab a Sherman. Where's my Sherman? Because the Sherman has always been one of the smaller tanks in the 16th scale lineup. But when you see the Stewart, and again, this is the Henlong Sherman, the Stewart is like little bad, little mean machine there. I'm excited to get these. There's 4 variants we sell. We carry 4 different color schemes. We have a Western European scheme, a Land Sea scheme. We have a weathered green weathered one green, and then we have just a basic olive drab for anybody who's just into customizing them themselves. And then they come actually with a totally different transmitter style, which I kind of dig. Check this out. It's like old school. But, yeah, I'll hold it there for you. Check that transmitter out.
Oh, that's cool.
Just something different, but all the same features as a Henlong or Tongde. It has a lock button, so I get how it works just off the bat. But it looks like, an old radio. You'd see it like,
set off C4.
Yeah, like I'm gonna exactly. I'm gonna set off some C4s and stuff with this thing. But absolutely cool. So I'm excited to start playing around with these. I just had to pull one out of the box just to see, but I got to start filming myself, messing around with one of these. All around, I'm super, super duper excited for these. But all around, guys, that's going to do it for us here today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, hit the like button if you can. Hit the subscribe. All the YouTube stuff does definitely help us out. But if you really want to help us out, go to motionrc.com. Purchase your next RC product with us. That's the best way you can support Motion RC, whether you like the videos or not. But yeah, Jameson, why? I told you, man, we have so much in surface. It's, we're full. We've always had the dream being a full range RC hobby store, and we're getting there every month that goes by. We adding new products and new lines and new niches to cover, the whole gamut of RC. But again, guys, thank you so much for joining. Last time, this Thursday, 12 p.m., same time, Wes will have the A10. And next Friday will be our live show, our standard live show, where me and Wes will be together. We'll spin the wheel. We'll have some fun, go through the custom community stuff. But guys, have a happy and safe Halloween this Friday. Hope you guys enjoy the day, whether you got kids or not. It's always fun to get out there and trick or treat. Well, if you're my age, don't go out and trick or treat because that's weird. But if you got kids, then go out and trick or treat. But have yourselves a great time, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.